being brutally honest, coming at you with another video.
Is up, everybody? The 49ers Saga is back. Sorry for your almost 30-minute delay, but hey, what matters is we're here. And hey, my co-host Danielle, hey, let's talk about a victory on Thursday. That was a short week, and we not only just beat the Giants, we actually blew them out.
Yeah, we did. I'm actually was actually happy in that game. Elijah handled business, Ronnie Bell, they handled business. The offense kind of started off slow, and then towards the end they picked up. And seems like Kyle is starting to, take his foot off the gas, like
A little bit.
loosen the rope on his quarterback. Purdy did good. Like, that was a good game, man. I was nervous in the first half, but
Yeah, when the Giants were in this game, it was crazy. Like, you would have thought, hey, this should have been over. This should have been done by them. But the fact that Purdy played one of his best performances of the regular season, he had over 310 yards. I mean, Ronnie Bell got his first career catch, which resulted into a touchdown. So that's pretty interesting. Like, the crazy part about the short weeks is those are always those weird games. So you never know. So the fact that we were able to just go into a short week at home against the Giants and win that game, that's volume.
and pull it off was amazing.
Yeah, and I know there's some people saying, well, you're not going to do that against the Cowboys. Well, didn't they just lose their starting cornerback for the rest of the season?
Yep, due to injury.
Due to the injury. Well, they got that kid from Fresno State who's going to probably start over there, which he wasn't that bad. But that's either here or then, because there's a lot of positive in this part of this game. We're 3-0, and like you said, did Kyle Shanahan stop a little bit? I mean, did he kind of stop on the gas a little bit?
I didn't mean to take his foot off the gas. He kind of let the rope, like that leash on Purdy. Like, I'm starting to notice he's trusting Purdy a little.
A little more, yeah. He's letting them throw the ball more. Yeah, he's letting them throw the ball more. He's letting them do like certain plays, like the way you would not see. And the offensive line isn't that bad. Like, I think
we just need a little tweaking.
But they did okay. Like, they gave up 2 sacks, but Purdy still was able to have time on the pocket.
Yeah, the only problem I had was, Trent Williams. I'm like, you can't be out here throwing bowls, Trent. You can't do that, player. Stop fighting, man. Stop fighting.
Trent Williams starting to act like one of those Raider players would do.
Yes. Ugh.
And that's not exactly what you should do. But you know who needs to stop with those dumb penalties?
The Niners.
No, my boy Drake Greenlaw got stopped with them penalties, man.
Penalties. Oh, yeah.
Number 57, man. I have his jersey too, but still, come on, man. Play it right.
Ooh, dude.
I mean,
I hope we don't go back to this penalty crap again, man.
Yeah, this guy's been like leading the team in penalties consecutively. Like, he just goes all the way in. He doesn't care. Like, he's just going reckless. Like, 57 is going reckless. And, I like Drake Greenlaw because of the fact that he's a consistent player, but those penalties are costly at times. And, let's say hello to Daniel Barry. Oh, Anthony V. But Trent got punched under his chin, so I guess
I've seen that. So he uppercutted him.
I think to even it, but I think what he said in the press conference, I guess what he said in the press conference, that's what they do in New York. They do some shit like that. which is weird. Like, I don't know how that's even an excuse, but still, I think that there's a lot of discipline we need to work on. Like, our gunners, why are you doing the fair catch interference? It's not happened this game. It's happened last week. It was Trey Swilling. Now this kid, the one we got from the practice squad, Jamar, whatever his name is, Gene Charles or something.
I think Charles, yeah.
That's got to stop with them stupid boneheaded penalties, man. That was costly. That's what got the Giants their touchdown because of that stupid penalty. Like, even then, I even said, even when I was watching it, I was like saying, okay, that's reasonable for a penalty because the guy shouldn't have touched him. He was calling for a fair catch. That was dumb.
I hope we don't start this penalty addiction again.
Yeah, it is unacceptable. By the way, we got to be more disciplined. I mean, defensively, we haven't gave up a lot of points, but still, we gave the Giants 12 points,
and the Cowboys gave them none.
They gave them none, and the Cowboys.
And they had Saquon Barkley in.
And Matt Breda only had 4 touches and 1 touchdown, so I don't know how that's even like crazy. Like, the Giants just didn't have no chance, and you know what? Daniel Jones, he didn't have a good game. He had a terrible performance. You know what his performance was like?
I didn't even know he was playing.
Oh, Daniel Jones played like Desmond Ridder out there.
Yeah, that's what I was like. He was playing? I didn't see him that much.
Yeah, if you notice how the Falcons quarterback doesn't even put up numbers, but he gets the job done when he has to do his part. But he played like Desmond Ridder out there. But I feel like there's a lot of penalties that need to be fixed, and I think that's where I think Dre Greenlaw has to stop on. Like, when the play is over, maybe he might need to think twice about hitting the guy. Here
we go. Just take a deep breath.
And this guy's from Arkansas. This guy comes out of the South and wants to knock somebody's head off. That's what Drake.
I know, like, baby, this different football now. You with the big boys. This ain't college. Like, if you don't believe me, go check out what happened to Reggie Bush.
Yeah, that's what's true. But yeah, we won. Let's go. Oh, we got my boy from Costa Rica. We got some crazy fans in the different.
We're international.
Yeah, we're international. See, this guy's from Costa Rica. So that's in below, I think, El Salvador. Like, you know, where El Salvador is by Mexico and it's down towards Costa Rica. Yeah. Yep. What matters is we won. I think there's just a couple of key areas we need to get better at. Like, I think the protection just needs to be a little bit more tight. Like, I think we need to hold up a little better. Okay, so give me your players who stood out to you. You know, since we won on a short week, let's put who stood out to you. Let's put on 3 players. So you go.
Elijah.
Okay.
You know, McKivitz. Believe it or not, McKivitz. He's starting to progress. He's starting to get a little better. And what's his name?
Which one
Oh God, I hate my team.
Ooh, you know, I don't know. Like, I think Burford's not doing too bad. He's actually kind of progressing a little bit. Did you see how he was able to open those run lanes a little bit too? See, that's what I like about Burford. I think he's kind of showing promising, you know, a little more progress. I think they call him the weakest link, but he's not the weakest.
He's not.
But I would say, okay, as far as what you said, Elijah Mitchell stood out because he got more touches than he kind of expected. He did pretty solid. I mean,
he did pretty well, man. And it's good because I don't want them to overutilize CMC. Yeah. Because even though a lot of people say that he's injury prone, but if you look at how he played with Carolina, because they used him for every single thing, his injuries are like nothing. Huh. So, and I don't want it to ever go there.
Yeah.
But you ready to talk about the big news?
What's the big news?
Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch got extended for 6 years. Today.
Damn, why are we giving them contracts? They need to earn that by winning the Super Bowl.
I was like, but why would you extend them
Now
to
you're just
a multi-year contract when they still had 2 years left?
I don't get the point of it, but man, so they were just okay. So this was something I didn't even know until I woke up. Like, so they reached an extension, like you said. So
Mhm.
so John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan aren't going anywhere. They announced it. So they're gonna stay here till. So it's a multi-year contract extension. So
it's got to be 6 years.
so they're gonna be here for the next. So okay. So specifically, the two contracts are not yet known, but I think the previous deal it's going to last a lot longer. So since it's a multi-year deal, since Kyle has 2 more years of his current deal, they extended to a multi-year deal. So I think he's going to be here for the next 5 years.
I say 6. So that means though, if John Lynch extends, that means Adam Peters moves up to president because he's already the assistant GM there.
Yeah, I would think you want to get Adam Peters to be your GM at this point. I mean, I would want John Lynch to take a different role, the vice president role or something like that. Flex if your team is 3-0. Yeah, let's flex, man. But hey, you know who stood out to me that you didn't even talk about?
Who?
Since we're not going with the since you're kind of looking at a player who kind of didn't get your attention, since we don't want to say it, but you know who did pretty good today, even though he was overpaid? Nick freaking Bosa.
I know he actually showed up and worked.
He worked.
I was shocked. I was like, I guess, that contract ain't really weighing you down. I think it's because he's not in football shape. That's what it is. I don't think, but I'm waiting for my boo Kittle to have his breakout game.
Well, actually, Kittle had 90 yards receiving, which was a season high this year. So he did pretty good enough. But you know what? Since nobody was even talking about this guy, did Debo come back to Debo? Man, he just ran over people. He was little short pass, bam, runs over a couple defenders, and then gets the ball again, bam, hits a couple defenders. Man, Debo was looking like the old Debo that we got.
Yeah, he actually is
yeah, he woke up.
When Ayuk is out, Debo, we got that backup. And then if Debo's really not, then Ayuk. So it's they both are a major asset to the team. But it just goes to show you, though, we kind of did miss Ayuk because we weren't really spreading on the play at all. Really.
But now that Ayuk will be back on next Sunday, I think we'll be all right. I think the fact that we rested Ayuk was kind of smart on our part because why even risk? Because I get the difference. Most athletes like to play hurt too, but in the long haul, you want to make sure you're at a full 100% for the season, going down the stretch. And you know what? The fact that we were able to see Ronnie Bell play and get his first touchdown, I think the fact that we wanted to see how this kid develops, and he made 2 good key catches. There was this one play where the ball was kind of going into Debo's direction, and the ball was just float up, and then Ronnie Bell just went like this and just kept going.
It's nothing. I do this for a living, just to let y'all know that.
But
I was so happy. When he got that touchdown, I was like, "Bell freaking time! Bell freaking time!" My neighbors was like, "We don't call the police." I was like, "I'm sorry, it's football."
That's all it is. No, but when you saw that other play, the other second catch by Ronnie Bell, the ball was going towards Debo's direction, and the ball just popped up, and then he got it, and then Ronnie Bell just caught it and got those extra yards into it.
It was just he read and knew, and he was like, "I'm right, I got it. Don't worry."
I think he's gonna have to get more involved in this offense a little more. Even Jennings did okay. Jennings did all right.
Jennings, he did pretty good.
I mean, there was a lot of different players that stood out, but I mean, Javon Hargrave is good as advertising.
Oh, that's my guy. Even though I think he's a bully, but whatever. That's just my opinion.
Is the jury still out on Jake Moody? He hasn't missed a field goal yet, so.
No, Jake has been telling all y'all it was just nerves. That's what
it was just preseason. That's all it was, I guess.
That's all it was. I mean, the fact that you were sweating in practice, get your life.
The fact that he had a terrible preseason against the Raiders, that's what questioned me a little bit. But I can't
Everybody was like, "You 3rd round draft pick, you ain't got a." I was so mad. You wasted a kicker. We could like I was so, but he's like, you know what? I'm finna show y'all. So.
Oh,
Christian
yeah,
McCaffrey
Christian
in his
McCaffrey.
last 12 games, 1,489 total yards, 823 yards after contact, 45 missed tackles forced, and 13 total touchdowns. Tied with Jerry Rice for the most consecutive games with a touchdown in 49ers history.
This guy averages a single touchdown every game, so it's like nothing new. Like this guy's just hard to stop. Oh, speaking of Sunday's game, since this guy's a Saints fan, who do you like going into this matchup? Saints or Packers?
Saints. I'm pro Carr all day.
Oh yeah,
I love Carr.
I don't know. Green Bay's kind of like, Green Bay is what they are, but I kind of see this game as a favorable for the Packers. I don't know why. It's just Jordan Love actually had a decent game, and I think a lot of people are sleeping on Green Bay a little bit. But hopefully Carr balls out, and maybe they'll be all right.
Oh, I pray that, nothing but the worst for Green Bay.
It is hard to play at Lambeau Field, so that is a difficult
so
I don't know. I think that's why I would want to go with the Packers. And plus, Jordan Love is not that bad of a quarterback. Like
he's not.
And you know where that kid's from? Bakersfield, which is 2 hours down the road.
Yeah.
That's
why. We breed greatness. We breed greatness.
That's part of why I'm going to go with Packers on that safe bet. But you know what? Since we're talking
I'm pro Carr all day. I've been following Derek Carr since college. I felt like now that he's off the Raiders, I think, and he's with St. Louis, I think they're going to see a whole different side of Derek Carr.
You mean New Orleans?
Yeah, New Orleans Saints.
St. Louis.
I'm trying to get the Rams back to St. Louis. I'm trying.
No, but my co-host really played with him at Fresno State too.
Shut up.
Josh Harper. That guy was
for real.
Yeah, remember the guy I always have on my show, but he had a busy project. Yeah, Josh Harper, Ruthless and Harp. That's where I have my show. He played with Carr for many years.
Oh.
He appears on he'll usually appear on a Crocker show sometimes now. Yeah, he's a good dude. His dad used to play for the Niners.
Who was his dad?
His dad was Willie Harper.
Shut the front door.
I even interviewed his
dad.
My
mom even though she's a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, but she had the hugest crush on his dad. I was like, I'm telling the world.
Oh, yeah, I actually got him on my show like a few months ago or something, 3 months ago or whatever it was, because it was because me and Harper kept in contact, him and me and Josh, and we started talking about it. And then he said, "Hey, I'll reach out to my dad, see if he'll be interested." And I guess
crazy.
And he sent him the link to go in, and he came in, and the interview almost went to an hour. But yeah, he's a good dude. Willie Harper's a cool dude.
Oh.
He forgot to send me my autograph, but still, I'll work on that.
Remind him. Ain't nothing wrong with it. He busy.
He's a busy man. But what's even a fun fact about him too is he's related to Gabrielle Union, whatever her name is.
Gabrielle Union.
Yeah, and then the rapper, the singer, Sweetie, whatever her name is.
Never heard of her.
Never heard of Sweetie.
I'm more
She's from
like,
the Bay Area.
I'm more like old school 80s hip hop.
She's like the more noticeable one that represent the Niners.
Is she the black one that had that Bang Bang Niner game?
Mm-hmm.
That's her. Okay, I've heard of her, but I just never heard of music.
That's Josh Harper's niece.
Yeah. Okay. Pimp it.
Yeah, guess so. But 5 more likes for 10. Okay, she's keeping track of all the likes. It was a little late notice, but you know what? It's good that we're 3-0 because the one player you don't like, he actually made a fun fact. Mr. Sherman said a fun fact: the last time the Niners were 3-0, they got to the Super Bowl that year, and he was a part of that. So,
and how'd that turn out? How'd that turn out when they let that spy? I will never forgive the 49ers for that. I will never forgive them for that. Never.
You're not a Sherman fan, aren't you?
It's just nope. No, even though he's a diehard, and I respect his game and everything he's accomplished in football, but it's like at the end of the day, y'all allowed that spy to come and penetrate my team. Like you're the devil.
Okay, let me show you what he said. Let me show you what he said. It's funny.
And they starting off 3-0 for the first time since we went to that Super Bowl. We ain't gonna talk about it, but the faithful are still here representing. Be still, it's lovely, be excited. This team is for real.
Oh, he's actually picked us as the Super Bowl favorites, which is crazy.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy. Like he played for Seattle, and that was our Achilles heel. And
now he's just one of us because I don't.
But he's always had respect for the Niners. He's always had respect for us.
I think it's because the fact we gave him a chance at the end of his career and the fact that he got to mentor these young guys. And he said that was what made it so special was the fact he was able to continue on his career and actually play on one of his favorite teams that he grew up watching as a kid. So,
but we couldn't do that for Tom Brady. You see what I be talking about? But you let the enemy on the team. Like I tell you, man, I'm pro Crabtree all day. The way he disrespected my big brother, it was like, it's over.
Crabtree does not have no love for the Niners.
I love him. That's my guy.
But he has no love for the Niners. That's the problem.
Yeah, look how the Niners did him. I don't blame him. But who I do want to talk about that I did notice, he must have heard me, Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy.
I think Purdy is starting to try to prove, like, hey, them little 8 games I played, I can do more. I noticed his deep ball.
Yeah,
it's getting a little better. Yeah, it's getting a little better. I've noticed, and I noticed like consistency. Like I still think he's smooth as ever. Dude is so smooth. Like, and I think like. That's kind of what is relaxing Kyle Shanahan. Because I don't know if you look at him, but he looks more relaxed.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, it's been since the Great Depression, Roberto. The Great Depression, Roberto.
Like that's been a long time. And that's when Deion Sanders was our cornerback that year.
Yep.
Wouldn't it be kind of funny? Like, let's just say, wouldn't it be kind of hilarious in the near future? Like, let's just say Shanahan, McCaffrey, and he ends up getting Sanders' son. That'd be kind of crazy. Just think about it. Just bringing back the all-star of the Super Bowl team, like just like that. Like, can you imagine if we get Shador or whatever the other Sanders is, the Shalo Sanders?
Yeah.
Just imagine if we got a Sanders. All we need is a Sanders, and we're stacked.
I don't think Deion will let his son. I think he'll go to Dallas first.
No, but what about Shador? Like so far,
Shador, I can see him coming.
I think for Brock Purdy, it's on a cheaper deal, and I think he might prove his worth. But I think bringing Shador can really make this offense more dynamic. But I don't know. I think Shador's learned a lot from Tom Brady. He's taken mentorship with him, and he showed him the ropes. And I guess that's what Deion said, that his son takes time to learn from Tom Brady, like during the offseason.
I miss him. He could have bought me a Super Bowl, but we're not going to talk about
Tom Brady. This man wanted to end his career on his favorite team, and what did
all he was asking for before he knew he was about to leave the Patriots, he's always said, I want to come home and play. And because of him and our ignorant coach got into a minor disagreement, they said, that's okay. We're going to stick with Jimmy. So you know what he did? He went to Tampa Bay and said, pay attention. And I'm like, oh, that could have been mine, Brady.
Could have been our 6, but no. No, Kyle wants to stick with poor Jimmy, which he had no confidence with. Like, who does that?
That's what I'm saying. Like, you could have got out of the contract.
And the problem was, how did you avoid from Trey Lance that quick if you couldn't even do it with Jimmy?
But now he has a backup. He got him now. That's what they say. Purdy is going to be the first quarterback he develops. So
I don't know. I'm hoping Brock Purdy changes the narrative on Shanahan. Maybe if he can get him off the hook a little, but why do you give this guy a contract extension when I would rather let him prove it.
Thank you. He had 2 years left to prove it, but
now you're giving him a contract. Now it's feeling like, oh, he doesn't got to do nothing now. Oh, okay, I'm gonna keep winning, but I would rather because usually a coach who's like usually when a coach is on a under contract for a year or two, they usually tend to prove it. But if you give him an extension before that,
he has nothing to prove. Like you just pretty much said, that's okay, Kyle. You don't have to prove nothing. Like it seems like they're comfortable with just NFC banners and Super Bowl appearances. Like as long as we're trending, Jed York is like, and I got my money coming. Like I know at some point he has to be frustrated.
At some point, but I think he wants to maintain his security, which, Shanahan under this regime, we've been winning, so why let him go? Keep him going. Keep him being the longest tenure, but he does have a long ways to go if he wants to reach the same legacy of his father. If he wants to win a Super Bowl like his dad, he's got to get one here. So you ain't going nowhere anytime soon, Kyle. So you got your 5 or 6 years to prove it, but at the end of the day, you're going to be known as the Niners head coach. And if you can't win the big one, they're going to look at you as Marty Schottenheimer or other.
I think the Niners fan base is still just. I think the reason why they just love Kyle is because they still traumatized by Sula.
He's very creative. Don't get me wrong, but
they're still traumatized by Sula. That's what it is.
Can he win a Super Bowl and be in the same conversation as his father, or at least get one like George Seifert did? I think.
There you go, George Seifert. That.
I think he won 2 Super Bowls when he was with the Niners. Like in '89, he won, and '94, but he was a defender. He was a defensive guy, but Walsh only won 3 during that era. But completely different. Like Kyle just has to do something this year. It's like,
but that was a different era in the 80s of football.
The cap spaces change over the years.
Yeah, so it's like
I don't know what Kyle has in store, and I don't know why they're keeping him around. Did Kyle beg Jed and say, "Hey, Jed, just give me a contract extension. I want to stay here forever," or something like that?
Nah, he probably was like, "Oh, you talking about firing me, Dad?" And he was like, "Look." Because his dad is well respected. Yeah. And the one thing I do love about him is he's always, was always open to suggestions. And Kyle is just that stubborn mule, like it's my way or the highway. And it's like, when will you realize, sir, that your way don't work? We're still sitting here, quest for 30 years later. Like
it's gotta be the time to end the streak, and plus you want him to get that. That's what I want to see Kyle get. Just get a Super Bowl, bro. Like, you know what? If you're gonna go all in this year, Kyle, I'm just hoping it's worth it. Then long term, we got a stability for the head coach for a long time. I don't think we're gonna ever have to deal with another head coach anytime soon because that's what they want. They want to keep Kyle for as long as they want. So Kyle's not going anywhere anytime soon. And for some people who wanted him gone, well, too bad. He's still gonna stick around for those 6 or 5 years. So
a girl can dream. A girl can dream. I just think it's disrespectful, man. Like I thought that was the stupidest decision it's like you guys have consistently made horrible decisions when it comes to business.
But it better be worth it.
That's what I'm saying. You should have just kept that pressure, and you got 2 years, bro. 2 years, and maybe he could have pulled it off. But now you're like, you know what, Kyle? Here, John Lynch. Here. So now it's like, hey, we already got extended. We really ain't got to do that much coaching. And it makes me wonder, what was the whole point of firing Harbaugh if you really don't care about a Super Bowl?
That was what I never understood. Like, Harbaugh was actually winning his games before he even got let go. And I think he just wanted to keep the relationship between the GM and the head coach, and that's probably why they just kept it just, I just don't like that way, like if you want to earn the right to stick around, you got to let them have the remaining contract because now that you gave him another contract, what was it? Another contract? Was it a 3rd-year contract or something?
Yeah.
I think we gave him 3 contracts because I think the previous contract he signed like 4 years, or was it 4 or 5 years, I believe.
Yeah.
And then we extended his contract for another multi-years also, and then we extended it again. So it's like, I don't know.
You're pretty much rewarding him
for not getting the job done yet. Like
so
that's like me rewarding a guy who didn't even finish the work.
It's ridiculous.
Like, why would you want to reward somebody who only did half work?
So now that he got this extension, though,
I'm hoping it doesn't change his mindset, but I'm just hoping.
That's what I'm saying. Do you think like now he's like, fuck it, I ain't in the hot seat no more?
He ain't in the hot seat at the moment, so I don't think he will be at this point because he's already stuck. I think Kyle has to just keep that mindset like, hey, I still got to prove something. If he wants to prove something, you got to win a Super Bowl. Then you'll be on the same conversation as your dad and everybody else. But you got
Sean McVay.
Sean McVay got one. Just it took him time, but he got there. So.
And how long was Sean McVay with the Rams?
Same year as Kyle. Same year when Kyle.
Years.
Yeah, same year when Kyle was the head coach, which is 7 years.
Yeah, he applied. He was actually supposed to be our head coach.
But I don't know what happened. Like, did he want to?
He declined because that morning they said Kyle was like finna cancel, but his dad was like, nope. Keep pushing, son. Keep pushing. And
so wait, so his dad kept pushing the Niners
to go to Kyle to go to the interview because he wanted to cancel.
Who? And Kyle did?
Yeah, he was going to cancel the interview.
He didn't want to go. Huh?
Yep. He said he just had a bad feeling. And then McVay aced it and he was going to do it. But then he backed out at the last minute and went to the Rams.
That's how it happens. Sometimes you get a lot of that different situation, but I guess his dad said do it.
Yeah, he was trying because he was like, I'm going to call. I don't want to do the interview.
But it happens. It's business, It's business-wise. But, what's good, my guy? Yeah, hey, the guy that I have on my NFC West Prime. We got Ramsaholic, man. This man, despite him being a Rams fan, he's a good dude. Very good guy. I mean, he may talk a little shit here and there, but he's a good dude. Like, I don't know if you checked out my NFC West roundtable that I have now. Like, have a bunch of these other guys in my division, but it's good to see a lot of those guys do a lot of the.
Do you do that fantasy stuff?
Oh, fantasy football? Absolutely. Yeah.
You are so lucky. You are so lucky.
No, I'm trash this year. Good Lord. My lineups are getting through injuries. You know what's even terrible is Nick Chubb is out for the season.
Oh.
And then Jonathan Taylor is still holding out, which I thought I had some hopes on. Maybe he can come back, but I didn't get him until the 5th or 6th round, so I thought maybe it'd be worth the dice. But damn, I'm getting some. Like, if you check out my fantasy, I'm not even finishing good this year. Like, I'm getting my ass kicked.
I think once I graduate on Tuesday from anger management, I'll do it.
Man, like, are you serious? A lot of these injuries have been killing me this year. It's like Deontay Johnson's out for a while. Brandon Ayuk, I already had a feeling he was going to be sidelined, but I had to play Jennings as my backup. He did okay. I got Jalen Waddle in a trade, and
oh Lord,
since Josh Jacobs has been a disappointment, I had to trade him. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I got Dak Prescott for this matchup. I got Dak against the Cardinals for the matchup.
I think
that Vikings running back Madison is a disappointment. Like, good Lord.
Yeah, that's what everybody keeps saying, man. Everybody
thought he was going to be good.
He can't be that bad.
I thought he was going to be good. The what is it, Alexander Madison? He is not that good like I thought he would be. And then I looked at the lineup, and the Saints might even play their rookie because of the injuries at running back right now. So I might get him off my waiver wire. Sutton's kind of been okay. Osborne, I heard he gets some good targets, so he might have a good game. So I'm hoping. The Colts running back, since there's no Jonathan Taylor, Zach Moss actually had a pretty interesting performance the previous week. So maybe I'm hoping for the best. But man, I've been unlucky. A lot of these dumb injuries. Like last year, I've been making playoffs every year, but this year it's been decimated with
Injury,
man,
you picked the wrong ones.
the Nick Chubb injury killed my season, and then Josh Jacobs is looking like a huge disappointment. Like, I don't know what is – like, come on, Josh Jacobs? Good Lord.
That's why I don't play. That's why I don't play. I'm a poor sport. I don't like losing. I am a whole poor sport. I literally, I was playing with my sister's husband. We were playing on his PS5.
Yeah.
He celebrated beating me, and I got so angry that I threw it across the room.
Oh, Lord. No.
Yeah, I gave him the money. I gave him $200 extra just for pain and suffering. But it's like, yeah, no, I need some anger management. It's a game. That's why I don't go to casinos or anything, because I do not like losing.
Losing just kills us in a way. It's just, I'm not too big on the betting part, but I'm really losing $50 of what I put in my fantasy league. And last year I won $100. I think I finished third last year.
You can look better playing bingo.
Oh man, I just felt like a loss. Like when you play these type of leads, it's not always going to go your favorite all the time. But I haven't had a losing season for quite some time because the last 3 years I've been making the playoffs, even as
Who's your quarterback?
My quarterback this year is Dak Prescott because I thought the points he would put the points up more, and he should have a better matchup against the Cardinals defense. So I go by.
Do you have any for the rest of our games that's coming up? Do you have any teams that you're like it may be tricky?
Like some games that could be a trap game.
Mm-hmm.
I think Cardinals might be a little bit of a trap because you know how division games are. They're very tricky. Mm-hmm. It's a very tricky game because I don't know. It's like, did the Cardinals really play good on the Giants that day? And they really play good on the Commanders. So I don't know. Like, division games are the most trickiest games. So it's like we got the Cardinals this week. The Dallas Cowboys, that's a 50-50. It's a 50-50.
It's October 1st. So I literally have to wait to.
Yeah, and then the Cleveland Browns without Nick Chubb, I think we can win this game now because I think Kareem Hunt is good too, don't get me wrong, but I think we can stop the running game. But Deshaun Watson just didn't look that impressive, if I'm being honest. Like, he did okay, but it wasn't like a wow factor. There's a couple trap games that I could be concerned about, but of course the Cardinals are going to give us a little bit of an issue because division-wise they know us pretty well. But
I say the Cowboys,
even without Diggs, they still are going to be a team in the NFC for sure.
The Seahawks and the Eagles are only.
Yeah, Seattle
and the Ravens.
Oh, you want to list some? Matter of fact, you want to list some remaining schedules?
Mm-hmm. Okay. I got it right here.
Okay, so Cardinals is next Sunday. So that's going to be a question mark for me because I don't know. Last year we got lucky with Arizona, and I don't know. Arizona could be
that was the worst game I've ever seen in my life.
What?
Like, you went all out for Arizona. You pulled out every trick of the trade for that game, and it was like, why would you do that? Like,
it makes no sense. But that's a tricky game. Dallas, that can be like 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
Both teams are good.
Mm-hmm.
People are already talking about which is the best defense, which is the number one NFC team. We'll find out on week 5, but I think that's going to be
October 8th. That's going to be the game.
So
you going?
No, I wish. It's like the tickets cost insane. We shall see. Duke, you're getting too excited, man. You're getting too excited. Duke's getting too hyped up, man. I don't blame him. Hey, I don't blame him. I don't blame him. I don't blame him. Most Cowboy fans this upcoming season, they feel a lot high expectation. There's quite a few there's a lot of Cowboy fans that been giving me some phone calls that I'm close to, even my family and a lot of people.
Right.
They're talking about, hey, we're doing pretty good this year. And then
Super Bowl.
And then come to find out, Trayvon Diggs is out for the season. That sucks. But
ACL in practice, man.
they got this kid. They do got this kid from Fresno State who's not that bad. I don't think you're gonna always have those injuries, and it's not. I don't think it's gonna affect it as badly. But I think losing Diggs with Pari, like, because he was more of a
he was fundamental. He was a fundamental player. But I think that kid from Fresno State.
Yeah, he's wrong. Yeah, he's wrong. Yeah. Oh yeah, I got you, Duke. Yeah, you just inbox me, bro. Inbox me. Inbox me in a few weeks. I'll get you on.
It's a $10 cover charge.
Nah, he's a good dude. Duke's good. Because I had that dude Pizzle, that Giants fan, like the other week. I don't know if you guys saw that interview, but that dude was like freaking nuts, like funny. Like I just had to get Pizzle.
Fans aren't that bad. It's the Rams fans
that can get annoying.
And our Seahawks fan. Those two they get on my nerves. It's like, yeah, you used to kick our butts, but now the tables have turned.
Oh, let's see. Oh, what's up, Moses? My guy from Fresno, man. I don't give a gosh damn about them delusional. I'm looking forward to seeing they get their ass kicked. Oh, Moses
came out.
Moses ain't play. Yeah, I won't charge CG Dent this time. No, he won't. I don't think Duke's ever charged nothing. I think you were just saying as a joke. Nah,
I was being sarcastic.
She was just being sarcastic, but nah.
That's why he was laughing.
Yeah, Duke's one of the guys. I've known him for a couple of years, and he's always been the most respectful guy. There's always been those bets we do, those little pride bets and all those little stuff. Actually,
bets.
You want to know a crazy bet that me and Duke once did?
One of you guys had to go streaking?
No. We had to step on Legos on bare feet.
Oh!
That's how bad it was then. Like, I had to make a name for myself. So I was the first time of the victim, and then after the Niners beat the Cowboys in the playoffs, he had to step on Legos. Oh. So I guess I evened up with him. So it was a one-on-one matchup. I don't know. Maybe we'll do something different this year. But
I don't know. I just had PTSD from that. Because as a mother, mother of two small children, Legos, you're constantly stepping on something.
Yeah, but it was just an interesting bet that we never done before, and it became such a funny trend. But
you gonna do it again?
I don't know. We'll do something different. Maybe something different this year. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe we'll see what Duke's got in store. I don't know. But
you know what game I'm so excited for?
Yeah, what are you excited for?
The Oregon and Colorado game.
Oh, Oregon and Colorado. Those are two explosive teams. See, this is what I love about college football.
I love college football. I don't understand how people don't watch it. Like, that's the American.
Yeah, it's entertaining. Like, I go to Fresno State games even though I'm an Oklahoma fan because I support the local, but it does not mean differently. Like, I still love watching Oklahoma all the time, but if my wife is giving me some free tickets to Fresno State, you think I want to turn that shit down?
I cannot believe you're a Sooner. Like, it just hurts my feelings every time you say it, CG. Every time, man.
I'm upset because you took Lincoln Riley. You took my boy and Khalid Williams. That's what I'm upset about. That's what I'm upset about. But hey, you know what me and Duke have in common? You want to know what me and Duke have in common? Me and him like them Sooners. That's the difference.
I know. That's bad.
Yeah. The only reason I never actually hated USC for that reason. I just only hated the fact you guys got Lincoln and freaking Khalid Williams. That's only my.
Well, it's because we're great, and when you're a college, that breeds greatness. You get those choices.
I used to like how you guys had Reggie Bush and those other bags, but those were the days. But times have changed since you took Lincoln Riley and all that. That kind of changed my. Now, anytime I see you guys lose, that's something I'm rooting for now because of Lincoln Riley. Until Lincoln Riley leaves UFC, then I'll have nothing against you guys. But I guess I'm kind of going to be like that Slitta because Slitta, there's a guy that doesn't like Kyle Shanahan, so he's going to root against Kyle Shanahan because he's a Falcons fan. So I guess I have that same feeling for Lincoln Riley. Oh, he's a UCLA fan. Oh, yeah. His son played at UCLA. Oh, you know what? Moses is probably pissed Because you know what? Quatrez Knight didn't even get on the active roster, and you know who took him? The Arizona Cardinals. Damn you guys. Damn those Cardinals. They took 3 of our guys. They took our center that could have made the roster. They took our other offensive lineman. Now they took Quatrez Knight. God damn. And we could have used him on special teams better than those other guys. Like Trace Willing, the guy got a fair catch interference. And then you're talking about, was it Jamar Charles Jeans, whatever his name is? That guy cost us a stupid penalty on special teams with a stupid touch. He was like this. Oh, I didn't touch you. Man, he got near him. Then there was that one play where that one guy on our special team, Trace Williams, like this. Oh, I didn't touch him too. Yeah, you did. Quit hiding, man. Quit lying. They caught you. Oh, I can't hear you.
I said, bam, they caught you. No, I think that Oregon and, of course, my team, because we're the greatest college teams to ever bless college football, is going to give Deion a run for his money.
Yeah,
like,
Oregon's
I think Oregon is going to be his biggest upset, though.
I think Oregon and USC would be more of the true test. Then you got Washington and some other teams, so that's going to be a legit test. We already seen what he did against different teams, but
okay, nobody likes UCLA, so
damn. And Moses, bro, you don't even go by there.
That's the one team I can't stand, man.
Moses is I think Moses is only cheering for UCLA because his son played there. I think other than that, I think he's a Fresno State fan. But
one of these days, I'm going to convince you, CG, to be a Trojan.
Nah, I don't think I will. Because I just have that love for the Sooners. I mean, it's been a team.
Oh no, but why? Why?
Well, long story short, families of my history, it's been reception issues, I guess. Reception issues. It's because I just love the uniforms. I've always watched Oklahoma as a kid, and my families actually were Texas fans and different fans of teams growing up. So there was that Texas and that Oklahoma rivalry. There was that Oklahoma State versus Oklahoma. There was a rivalry back in the day, but I don't know. Big 12 football. Yeah. Ooh. Reception issues.
Children.
Oh, good Lord.
Don't have kids.
Ah, good Lord. I like what Prime Time is doing, but Colorado's defense is suspect. They can get had. Ooh, he likes what Prime Time's doing, but he thinks the defense is very suspect.
Yeah, the defense is lacking.
You know what, Moses? You need to go apply at Colorado and ask Dion for a job, man. Maybe you can get them DBs disciplined.
That's hella
maybe
funny.
Maybe you can get Shiloh Sanders to step his shit up. You know what I like about Moses? He straight up talks like it is.
He tells the truth. It's shameful.
I got to meet up with Moses at some point because he's around my areas, but we're going to have to meet up at some point. But he's a good dude.
I need to come home and visit, but when I do go home and visit, I need to go to LA and go to Imperial Fish Market because that is the greatest fish ever.
Oh, see, that's why he's not a Fresno State fan no more because of what they did to his son. I'll never be a Fresno State fan. After they lied to my son and gave the scholarship to that garbage. Oh, he does not like that Cropper who my son locked down in high school. He does not. I don't think he really likes Cropper whatsoever. Cropper plays for the Cowboys, but he's on the practice squad.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
that's why when he said that, I was like, "Oh, not Cropper." Oh,
Cropper's not that bad of a player. He's very dynamic, but I think he's just on a team that's stacked. I think in a couple of years you'll see this guy make a name for himself. And Parr will be on the Cowboys if they were to move on, or at least another team. But I think since he's undrafted, it might take him a few years to develop. Mm-hmm. He's got some good explosive stuff, but I guess yeah. Oh, yeah, he does not like Cropper. You know why he doesn't like Cropper? Because that kid's a Cowboys fan too, so that's why.
They're called cowgirls. Let's address them properly.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to have Mr. Duke bother us. You know what's going to bother him this Sunday is that these two teams, man, it's a rivalry. I'm going to give him the primetime spotlight because, you know, I got to give the man the spotlight because he saw what Pizzle, like Cop Pizzle did the other day. So he wants that spotlight. I'll give it to him.
Uh-oh.
He wants that
I
Dion.
want to let y'all know.
Yeah.
Just because I'm not up there don't mean I ain't seeing. So watch how y'all talk to my family. Because CG, he got hitters everywhere. Know that.
I got hitters. Got to watch what y'all say about my Niner fans and everybody else. I mean, ain't nobody talk bad about you. They always tend to talk good about you. But it's like I keep it focused on the sports, you know. That's what I do. But
would you consider Purdy a franchise quarterback?
you know what? Since you're already asking me this question now, I think this is a good question to even discuss. I mean, we're looking at 11 games, right? So 11 games. Can I get 6 more games at least? 6 more games? Because I need to get a full season out of it. So far, he does look the part, but I got to see 6 more games out of the guy. So I got to get at least 6 more games out of him, or at least 5 games. But so far, he does look like he could be. But I got to see a lot more than just. I got to see more out of it, you know?
I feel you. I think.
Yeah.
I don't think he's ready yet to be franchised, but I think he has potential.
He has potential, but we still got to give him more games. I mean, does that make me a spoiled fan by even criticizing and say I got to see more? Some of these Niner fans are kind of like saying, "Oh, you don't believe in Purdy, then go look for another team." Like, dude, what does that got to do with looking for another team, bro? I got to be critical. I'm not saying nothing bad about him. I'm only saying I'm not sure about him. Like now these type of
They like the win now quarterback. So if you're a pretty decent quarterback and you're real good, then that's just how it is.
That's just not the standard we all grew up from. We grew up from a time where you can be critical, but I guess in a way they take the critical too personal. Like, don't get me wrong. I may not roll with Grant like that, but at least he kind of has a way to be criticized. But I'm not a big fan of what he does, you know. I'm not into it.
I love Grant. He keeps it real.
He keeps
and
it
that's
real.
what's wrong with the fan base.
Yeah, he keeps it real, but the problem is anytime a Niner fan does that, they all call him Grants now. So it's dumb. I'm like, what does that got to do with me being Grant? I don't even roll with this guy. I have to see more out of it. Like, if there's some fans who probably never played the game of football and they probably don't understand the difference of playing the game and actually getting some ideas, you know? Like, when Moses played the game of football, he played DB. When I played the game of football, I was an offensive line or defensive line guy. So I had to be around the locker room to see how it felt. But the locker room, they really like this guy. They really do. They
embraced him very fast.
They embraced him. They
embraced him more than they embraced Trey.
Yeah, they did. Like, they really do embrace them. So that's like, so when you think about it, they do like him as a leader. But I'm not saying that I'm not sold on him. I'm just want to see more. But I guess it's just too naive for all of us to say that now. So it's like, I guess we can't be critical nowadays. Because now it's like, oh, you got to roll with Purdy or go look for another team. I'm like, okay, whatever you guys got to say, man. You're not going to change my fanhood, how I feel about my team. That's why I had to cut those other Niner fans off because they're just too damn pushy and too damn bitter. Like, I don't want to deal with those people. Like, if you can't even respect a man's opinion, then you don't know me.
Yeah. So sorry. I got to call the ambulance for my mama right quick.
Okay. My bad.
It's all right, bro.
Hopefully she's all right. But I think
she is stage 3 COPD.
I think I'll probably end the stream. I think we got enough questions here. I don't want to. I think I'll just. I think we're probably going to call it a day because I think we went up to an hour almost, and I don't want to hold it up. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Moses. Some of these Niner fans are a bunch of clowns. You and me have been Niner fans more longer than these clowns who say we need to find another team. I say, F them, go fuck yourself. That's right, bro. That's what I like about you, Moses. Like, yeah, that's what I really like about you. You keep it real too. I mean, when you don't have a busy schedule, I always try to find room to get you on because you always seem to be the more outspoken person. So that's what I like about you, Moses. You keep it real. I mean, we'll figure out something, dude. You just got to give me a schedule. We'll probably just meet up somewhere down there, bro. Like maybe go to Doghouse Grill or go somewhere. Like we'll catch up. Like to pick your brains up in person, bro, because I know you played. I know you played at one of my rival schools, and we've always had some games where we played close against your guys' team, but then there was times we just couldn't beat you guys. I think only the 1 year we beat you guys was like my junior year we beat you guys. But other than that, we mostly lost to a lot of those other teams. Yeah. Okay, I think we're gonna end the stream because I don't know, like something's going on, something privacy. So let's just keep it quiet, guys. Let's just respectfully end the stream. So my apology. Danielle's got to do something, so it's a little family emergency. So let's just end the stream. We'll definitely do some more on Friday. Good thing she reminded me because I felt like I almost forgot the entire day. But that's pretty much all I can give you guys for today. So, hey, let's end on a high note. And as always, go Niners. Yep, they're a bunch of clowns.